Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently allowing the Praethoran Scourge to do what they want to do, for the moment. We're letting them take over territory so that we can take the territory from them instead of taking it from the commonality of Azan's Crucible. So that's the overall plan here. We do have some refugees coming in, and we're working on upgrading our ships to get all of these properly set up. The 20th Fleet does need a leader, and let's go for, like, Carla Marchetti here. I like the weapons range, so we'll go ahead and do that. Research agreement, that is not valuable. We'll pass on that one, thank you very much. But we need to get these upgrades done, and they're going to take some time. No doubt about that. For the time being, we're banking up alloys. We should also bank up influence, because when we take these back, they're going to be unclaimed systems, and we're going to have to take them via construction ship. So we're going to have to be a bit careful with how we end up doing that. It's going to be interesting. But I'm completely fine with just letting these guys run amok right now. Now, I believe... do these guys work like some of those others where they produce more units the more territory they have? I'm not sure if these ones work that way. The tooltip doesn't actually say, but I'm guessing based on the infested worlds that if they have infested worlds, that'll probably spawn additional ships. And that's what starts that snowball rolling. I'm guessing that's what's going on. That was a terrible defensive pact, or rather a terrible commercial pact. Absolutely awful there. Let's go through our jobs here and see what we might need to do. So we've got this mining station here. I think for the moment a heritage site will be just fine. We're probably going to need a site of revitalization center as well. Yes, we continue to have the research service. Absolutely, that 10% research speed is very good. And absolutely worth the price of ignition? Oh my, it's worth the price of ignition. Sure, that works. We're just setting the money on fire. I mean, we kind of are, is the thing. That is the thing that's kind of happening. Okay, cool. So this is absolutely fine for the moment, and we are just ticking on forward. No problem whatsoever right now. We're keeping an eye on this situation and making sure that the AI doesn't move to crush this, which I feel like they could. I mean, we can crush it if we wanted to. We kind of don't want to right now. Okay, this world is owned by the Praethoran Scourge. So I feel like that should be considered an infested world, right? Maybe not. Maybe they have to do something to it to make it be infested. But for the time being, this seems good. We're just letting them run amok and do damage over here. We want them to break the stalemate that has existed in this galaxy for a while now. The BOS Africa can be set to automatic construction for right now. Not that I think that there's anything for it to construct. Oh, there are. Okay, cool. So that'll be absolutely fine. And the Scourge is continuing to take over territory. This is good. We want them to weaken the commonality of Azan's Crucible. Absolutely. The Han Reconquerors, yeah. We're not too concerned about them right now, although very soon the Praethoran Scourge is going to start moving in here. But the Han Reconquerors probably can't handle them. So I feel like this is fine. We don't want to make any moves for sure until our upgrades are done. That is our primary thing that we're waiting on. The secondary thing that we're waiting on is them taking territory from the AI, right? That's a secondary concern, and we'll allow that to drive us to complacency. And we'll just chill for a good long time, most likely. Gateway down over here. Okay, sure. How are we doing on these upgrades? 64, 27, 27, 27... Odd that they're all stopping at 27, isn't it? Okay, whatever. Presumably that's... why would that be? Probably due to the alloy deficit that we had, is my guess. So they queued up the cheaper ships, but they didn't queue up the more expensive ones, except for in the first fleet. or something. I don't know. Regardless, we are upgrading at, I think, maximum speed that our mega shipyard can. Where are we? If I can scroll, that would be nice. Up here? Actually, this is not upgrading very quickly at all. Hang on. Literally all we're upgrading is these two things. That's interesting. Okay, they're going to go to Monakadir. I'm going to send these three, tell them to stop. I don't think these are actually upgrading. So we're going to send these to Monakadir. This one's already there.
Construction complete.
And I'm not convinced that any of these are going. So I'm going to tell all of these again to stop. And we're just going to have them go upgrade wherever they need to go. Okay. Something like that. And now I'm going to do the same with the first fleet. Just stop. Okay, game is frozen right now. But, there we go. Now it's being upgraded. But hopefully it's actually going now. Is it? Need to get to the shipyards here. Well, some things are going anyway. I don't know. This seems like they're not really upgrading. Like, if we go down to Monakadir here, and we come into the mega shipyard, the actual shipyard queue here is completely empty. Why are we not upgrading? Well, this is the 20th fleet, which is fully upgraded. We have the 4th fleet here. It sure seems like these aren't actually upgrading, doesn't it? I'm going to tell all of these to stop. Every single fleet, stop your upgrading process. And now we're just going to start this one. 7 fleets are being upgraded in the mega shipyard. Or 7 ships are being upgraded, rather. It's only upgrading 1. That's weird. We have the alloys. Are we short on something else? Probably the living metal. I bet you that's what it is. We have no living metal. I'm 100% certain that's what's going on here. Okay. So we're going to have to deal with that. We are going to get all of these upgrading, and we simply don't have enough living metal incoming. That's the problem. So we're going to buy in some living metal. And how much are these each? Like 20 each. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fleets. So call it 220 living metal. Okay. So we need to buy in like 250. Cool. I'm going to sell off some consumer goods so that we have enough to make that happen. And now these should actually be constructing properly. This is more like what we want to see. Okay, fantastic. We were just short on the living metal. Okay, cool. And apparently, we needed more alloys too. I thought it seemed like we burned through those alloys a lot faster than we should have. Or we burned through the construction queue, I should say, a lot faster than we should have. So this seems fine. I think we'll be okay on this front. We are going to need to wait for more alloys. But now our ships should be actually upgrading, and that's a good sign. So yeah, the problem was the deficit of living metal. I'm quite certain on that one. This one is probably queued. This one is preparing. 54%. Yeah, this is looking much better. We're actually making some progress on these now. Cool. Yep, that definitely looks good. We're going to be eating up our alloys for a little bit here. That's completely fine. And we're just allowing these guys to do whatever they want. I'm completely fine with it. Please, take this territory. If they push down all the way to here, then we'll take action. You know, down over this way. We'll see if they push down that far. Alternatively, if they push up over here, we're just waiting to have borders with them, is what we're doing. Yeah, we could go through these gateways. But I don't see a good reason to do that at this moment. If the AI is just going to let them do this, then I'm going to let them take stuff from the AI. Seems good to me. So the first fleet should be done with its upgrades soon. 77%. We haven't started on the second fleet yet. It's probably queued. A lot of these are going to be queued. Okay, I want to check in here. How are we doing on our living metal? We're down to 11, so we're probably going to need more. I'm going to buy in 50 more. Cool. So we'll let that be for now. And on this month's tick, I want to see just how much that drops by. It didn't drop at all. Okay, down to 49. So yeah, we are limited by our alloys right now, but we're also going to be limited by our living metal. Noted. That's fine for the moment. So, how are things going with the Praethoran Scourge? They are definitely winning. And this is good. We're very glad about this. We want them to be winning. That said, I don't feel like the AI has made any sort of a concerted effort to actually attack them. Okay, so they moved in this way. For a second there... Oh, what's going on up here? That's quite a lot of fleets. But this is this alliance here. Okay. So, I don't think that's actually a problem. At all. They don't appear to be responding to this. I believe that they could easily crush the Praethoran Scourge if they chose to respond to it. But currently, they're not doing that. Which is intriguing. I don't quite know why they think that this is a good tactical move for them. But okay. We're completely fine with them taking territory right now. So this Forge world requires a job, and realistically, actually a civilian industry is the way to go here. I don't like how low we're getting on our consumer goods, and that's going to get lower and lower as we get more refugees in. So for the moment, that's fine. I want to grab Docile here, which is currently set up as a factory world. Achieved. We're going to have this go over to be a Forge world instead. And we're going to put in an alloy foundry. On Ajandis, this is also going to be a Forge world. I have an affluence center there, interesting. And we're going to put in an alloy foundry. What else do we have going on as far as jobs go? Not much is the answer. Okay, Strikecraft attack speed finishes up, and we're going to now grab... How about the Strikecraft damage? That'll do. We're keeping an eye on the spread of the Praethoran Scourge. We will take action at a certain point. We have not reached that point. Like I outlined previously, the point is when we feel like we need to take action because the AI is going to crush them if we don't, or when they are bordering us, whichever comes first. So we got more refugees. That's always good. How are our upgrades going? The first fleet is now complete. That's excellent. So with the first fleet done, things are looking good. The second fleet is underway. It's still queued. I want to check in on our living metal. We're down to 5. Okay, so we need more living metal than I thought we did. Let's go ahead and sell some dark matter, and some zero, and some exotic gases, and some volatile motes, and some rare crystals. And we're going to turn all of that into living metal. So I'm actually going to sell some consumer goods and some food as well. Gangsters usurping trade on Font of Knowledge. That is pretty intolerable. And we're going to buy in 500 living metal. That should keep us going for a while on this refit front. We need a lot of living metal to make this refit happen. But that should do the trick for the time being. Of course, now our deficit is alloys, which is fine. We're not involved in any of these wars at this moment. We're just observing. We will get involved with the Praethoran Scourge when the time is right. That time is not yet right. More refugees are coming in. This is good. We're very glad to be getting more pops. Very, very glad. We have a lot of Groknoplorans. Okay. Even more meta Istrans. That's almost as many as we have Bizarro Ottomans. Exciting. So I'm noticing that we now have alloys banked up. So I'm guessing that we don't need any more resources to get this all working. And that these are simply queued up. Most of these fleets are going to be getting finished soon. The 6th fleet is done. So we now have 3 of our fleets that are fully upgraded and ready to fight against the Scourge. We are definitely not going to take any action against the Scourge until our ships are done upgrading. That is 100% going to be a thing. The 4th fleet just finished. That's good. And the 2nd is now underway. And we're just watching the Scourge take over territory. This is so good for us. We take absolutely no action here. No action is required. Looks absolutely great. We can think about more naval cap eventually. Like, we can think about building another fleet soon enough. I do want to go through our jobs here. I noticed a few on the way up there. So we've got this generator world here. There we go. That took a bit to load. We've got this generator world here, and realistically, this could use like a Ministry of Production, couldn't it? I mean, it's a little awkward, but a Ministry of Production would be fine here. So we've got this Forge world. Obviously, that gets an industrial district. What? No, I don't want to move my capital. Get out of here. Fantastic. Good thing there's a confirmation. So we're going to scroll our way on down here and see if there's any others. Yep, this mining station here. We are... Actually, I think this is fine to be a mining station. I'm going to put in mineral purification plants, as well as 3 astro mining bays, and that'll be okay. We need to keep our mineral extraction up, after all. Okay, that looks good. How are we doing on our upgrades? Looks like we're making progress.
Our ships have been made
58%.
superior.
The 3rd fleet just finished. 95 on the 7th. The 6th fleet is 90. 2% on the 9th fleet. They were clearly queued, but they're progressing now. The 8th fleet is still at 0%, so they're queued up. And the 5th fleet is at 0%, as is the 4th. So they're making progress, but it's taking some time. Mostly because they all decided to go to the same location. I'm going to take these 3 fleets and tell them, why don't you come up to this mega shipyard to upgrade to the latest designs? Like, we may as well spread this out between our 2 mega shipyards, right? There's no point in having all of us be at the same location. So that's fine. They'll arrive there quite quickly, and these fleets will be done eventually. But yeah, we're already up here. That looks good. Actually, the 4th fleet doesn't need to be upgraded, does it? No, it does not. But that's fine. So we're arriving here, and our fleets are going to upgrade. Cool. So we've now got all of this queued up. Absolutely fine. No problems. Keeping an eye on the Praethoran Scourge, they are making moves. I love it. Absolutely love it. Do they have any infested worlds yet? No, they do not. Okay. Seems fine. You are supposed to be upgrading. You are also supposed to be upgrading. Why are you going to Monacadir? Don't do that. Upgrade here. There you go.
Our ships have been made superior.
Cool. Very awkward, but it's fine. The 4th fleet is actually upgrading. It was showing that it didn't need upgrading previously. Interesting. But it appears to be fine. So the 2nd fleet is 91% done. The 6th fleet is 96. The 9th fleet is 68% done. All of that is in progress. And of course, we've got the 9th fleet down here that's 72% done. The 8th fleet that's 10% done. The 5th fleet that is in-queued. And the 4th fleet that is 63% done. So that's all looking good. Cool. How are we doing on our living metal? We've got plenty. I love it. Looking around, it looks like these guys don't bother to use any, like, gateways or even the hyper relays. They appear to just push through the old-fashioned way, which is fine by me, absolutely. That means that we can get around much more easily than they can and respond to their various nonsense. Which sounds good. We're going to let them colonize this area. We will take it from them. But right now, this is looking great. We're getting refugees from all of these worlds that they're taking over. And we're getting all of the time in the world to prepare to fight them. I love it. This is absolutely fantastic.
Our ships have been made superior.
And their fleets aren't all that strong either. 2 of our fleets should very easily defeat one of their big fleets. One of our fleets would demolish one of their small fleets. So as long as we stick together with several fleets, we should be fine. The Star Dynasty of Yokul's Nest no longer exists. Okay? I didn't even realize that they existed in the first place, to be honest. They clearly weren't very important. Cool. I want to check in with our strength compared to the Scanurians. Equivalent. Okay. And compared to the Azan's Crucible. Equivalent. They're now inferior to us economically. And the Ubzantatocracy. Inferior. I like it. Things are looking very good now. Cool. The 2nd fleet is now 98% upgrading. The 9th fleet, 93%. The 8th fleet, 85%. The 5th fleet, 35%. And the 4th fleet, 91%. Cool. So this should all get done relatively quickly. And we'll need to decide again when we want to attack the Praethoran Scourge. As I said previously, I'd like to not attack them for a good long time. As long as the AI is just ignoring them and losing stuff to them, this seems good.
Our ships have
We
been
of course
made
want to make
superior.
sure that they don't hit any sort of a critical mass. That's obvious. But beyond that, this looks very manageable. Very, very manageable. As long as we're just smart with our engagements, right? That would be the only thing.
Breakthrough achieved.
So there's explosive weapon attack speed finishing up. Let's go for... I was going to say, like, kinetic weapon damage, but kinetic weapons are going to be bad in the short term. I'm going to go with explosive weapon attack speed again. Explosive weapons will be much better than kinetic weapons in the short term. We just got a bunch more refugees, though. Let's go through our jobs. We're getting so many refugees right now. We're dipping negative in our consumer goods, which is something that we'll need to keep in mind as we go through this. This Forge World here, we could definitely put in an industrial district. That will not help our consumer goods on a Forge World. We've got this factory station here. That's going to be an alloy nanoplant. That, again, doesn't help our consumer goods. This Forge World here, we can certainly put in a civilian factory on. The reason our consumer goods are diminishing, of course, is because we're getting all of these refugees. This is expected
Scientific
and
breakthrough
not really a problem, exactly. Let's go ahead and go for energy weapons. There we go. And let's continue our way down through here. This Forge World requires, at this point, a civilian industry. That looks good. That will allow us to definitely start out producing our requirements. Anything else in here? Not at this moment. Okay. So the Praethoran Scourge is definitely expanding, and we want this. This is very good. Only the 8th and the 5th fleet are still upgrading. The 8th is 97% done, and the 5th is 92% done. It's pretty much just the Titans at this point that need to be worked on. So that's looking absolutely amazing. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see if we want to attack the Praethoran yet, or if we're okay just letting them rampage over here. We'll see when we pull that trigger. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Spartan News, Unisol, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.